to Bad Larry.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 1991 X Factor series, part 3 of 4 of the Endgame miniseries. I'm your host, Bad Larry, and this issue is jam-packed with the 4-page bonus at the end, so stay to the end, as well as featuring the Inhumans. This cover was my second favorite Cyclops cover. He's so badass looking, tough, buff, and leading from the front. I love it. This issue is another trio compilation from Jim Lee, Wilce Portacio, and Chris Claremont, but Portacio is credited for the art. This issue is titled Lunar Assault, which is right on the nose. Let's go! High above the Earth, the shattered remnants of the sentient ship are scattered across space. Inside its central core, ship telepathically contacts Jean as it senses a spacecraft nearby. The spacecraft locks its tractor beam onto the survival module and pulls X Factor aboard. Inside the craft, they're greeted by members of the Inhumans, the royal family, Karnak, Black Bolt, Gorgon, Crystal, and her dog Lockjaw. They face a common enemy, as Apocalypse has seized the Inhumans' great refuge on the moon and turned some of their people into his riders on the storm. Jean says that they've already met some of the riders who were the strike team that attacked Ship and X Factor. She tells them they kidnapped Cyclops' son and that Synapse psychically attacked her. Cyclops asks Marvel Girl how she knows what the names of their attackers were. As they are unaware, Marvel Girl's telepathy has re-emerged, but is interrupted by Crystal running from the room. She was also attacked by Synapse, a close cousin, and is worried about the fate of her sister Medusa. In the future, the mysterious protector of the Chosen named Ascani prepares for her return to the past to save young Nathan Christopher from Apocalypse. Her comrade, Boak, tells her that they have a lock on the Chosen, which is Cable, the little baby, but know nothing of his current predicament. Ascani starts to discorporate, turning to pure energy. She arrives in the present, but is unable to return to corporeal form and has to will herself into the shape of the woman she was and sets off to find baby Nathan Christopher. Back to the present. Up on the moon, Beast explains to Iceman that the core elements of the ship's personality were transferred into this survival module it formed around X Factor after the blast. Gorgon shows Cyclops the stronghold Apocalypse has built. Cyclops inquires about launching an assault, but Black Bolt insists on being circumspective in their approach due to their close proximity to the home of the Watcher. Suddenly, a flash bathes the room in red light, indicating the teleportation arrival of the Riders of the Storm. Fox Bat grabs a hold of Crystal. This dude is a grabby mother trucker, while Gauntlet strikes out at Iceman. Foxbat warns Gauntlet not to harm Iceman too much as Apocalypse wants to kill X Factor himself. The Riders then teleport away with Crystal as a hostage, attempting to lure X Factor and the Inhumans into a direct attack. In Apocalypse's command center, his scientists inform him that Nathan Christopher is resisting them. That's right. Apocalypse tells them this is understandable as the baby knows Apocalypse is his enemy. Apocalypse intends to absorb Nathan's life essence into his own, killing the baby and eliminating him as a future threat. One of Apocalypse's minions rush in, telling him a large force has gathered outside the fortress, preparing to attack. Outside, Officer Jones is astride Lockjaw, somewhat in disbelief that she's fighting up on the moon, yet excited as well. Who wouldn't be? Better than freaking Katy Perry. Ship shares in her excitement and apprehension as he has projected holograms of some members of X Factor and the Inhumans in front of the fortress to distract Apocalypse's forces and hopes they do not see through the deception. The Riders of the Storm and 5 different Apocalypses confront them. Beast hammers down on the moon's surface with all his power as Gorgon stomps down at the same time. Karnak the Shatterer joins in, hitting pressure points that reveal a crevasse beneath Apocalypse's oncoming force. As the enemy plummets into the fissure, Iceman covers them in a blanket of ice and revels in their success. Marvel Girl warns them not to be too cocky, as they know how dangerous Apocalypse can be. While ships' holograms of them fight out front, the real Cyclops leads Archangel, Black Bolt, and the other Inhumans in blasting through the slave pens. Officer Jones can't believe the power of Black Bolt, whose mere whisper carries the kinetic impact of a bomb. The team quickly breaks through, and X Factor leaves the Inhumans to deal with the army of the Riders of the Storm while they go after Apocalypse himself. As the members of X Factor battle their way towards Apocalypse, they become uneasy. They have entered the blue area of the moon, where the energy being who replaced Jean Grey, known as Phoenix, committed suicide. Jean has Phoenix's memories and relived them like they are her own. This is where she died. Archangel's wings react with his memories of this place as well, and he wonders if Apocalypse had anything to do with the destruction of Dark Phoenix and wants a shot at the real Marvel Girl. X Factor quickly defeats the mechanical copies of Apocalypse, but realize they're getting through too easily. However, to get to Nathan Christopher, they must walk into the trap that's been laid for them, and Cyclops uses his optic blast to blow out the door. Inside, Apocalypse congratulates Cyclops and deducing it was a trap. Cyclops unleashes another powerful optic blast, but discovers it's only a hologram of Apocalypse. An enormous Apocalypse is revealed, with Nathan Christopher techno-organically attached to him. Apocalypse taunts that X Factor has its fun. Now it's time for them to die. And for the bonus pages, we go to a chalet outside of Interlaken, Switzerland. Sebastian Shaw discovers he's been bought out and has lost control of all his companies. He is stunned to discover that it is his own son, Shinobi Shaw, who has ruined him. Sebastian lashes out at his son in a rage, striking him and telling him he had to work from the ground up to build his empire, which also fronts his worldwide covert mutant operations. Sebastian Shaw would rather see Shinobi dead than lose all he's worked for, and starts to strangle his son to death. Shinobi Shaw turns the tables when he uses his newfound mutant power of controlling molecular density to reach into Sebastian Shaw's chest and give him a heart attack, while making a snide suggestion that perhaps Sebastian's friend Harry Leland was his real father. Dig. The chalet then explodes into a fiery ball, but using his powers, Shinobi Shaw appears to be the only one who survives the blast, having set off the bomb himself to murder his father and associates. And then says, "You're fired!" Wow, what an episode! What an issue! I'm so sad to see this X Factor series start coming to an end, but it is what it is. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you real soon. Peace.